I come on here and I often say a bunch of stuff, but I want to make it clear that I'm not a professional. I've said this when I first started doing these videos, that I'm not a professional in any way, shape, or form. Yet, I still come on here because I'm still a person. I'm here, I see what I see, and I want to do something about what I see because, of course, see that most people don't do much about what they see. So, I see education being an experience, and the issue that I'm noticing with education being an experience and not a curriculum, not a test, not something you must show up for at this specific time for, not something that if you don't do this, then you will be reprimanded or there will be some type of repercussions for you. In the end of it all, you need to feel really bad about doing it. If you don't feel that creative in it, then you should really feel bad because you can't do what maybe a lot of your other peers can do, and you're not given. You'd rather be given, sat down and given, some pastels and some whatever, or a camera or something, or you give you some magazines to clip out and do something with or something. Because it would get to me too, like how in school it's kind of funny how all the fun, cool stuff that actually got us going and excited and like really get us like ready to, learn and get into it would be the things that we would do the least. I noticed. Like if, like I said, you doing the fun little groups, you read in groups together and stuff like that, or, you just find different things to do. Or, of course, stuff like gym, or when they roll the TV in, you know what I'm saying? Things like that when you get to watch, conjunction, junction, one function, you know what I'm saying? It's like those little things that really got us going to computer lab, and actually like, but also the teachers being a part of that class too. That was a big one for me. Like I've said before in videos, it was the toughest time being in any class, knowing that this teacher had no idea of a clue of a fuck to give about wanting to give a shit about us as kids. I tell you, and you can sense it, you felt it, you see it, you know it, you smelt it. She don't give a shit, but still somehow gets a paycheck, and you're wondering how. Even as a kid, for me, I'm wondering how is this even possible? This person is getting paid. They clearly don't want to be here. I'm thinking as a child, life's based on stuff that you want to do, not things you have to do. So I don't see life as, well, I see life as do what you want, and not like you being here as a teacher is something you chose to do because you wanted to do it, and maybe you were bogged down by your husband or your wife, or I don't know, something happened to where you weren't as happy about doing it, and you whatever the case. As a kid, I don't really know. I just know for a fact that you better stop getting on my goddamn case on why I'm so goddamn tired and don't give a shit about this class, because you don't give a shit about this class. You better stop getting on my case, bro. And it's like, and it sucks because it's still, even though as a kid, it's still my life. I still have to know as a child, as a little kid, this is still my life. I still have to try to do this work. My parents tell me, teachers tell me, but the common denominator is these teachers, well, actually all of them, but that's the issue. Nobody really cares. Nobody really cares to put the energy in every single day. The fact that we have to go every single day, but that's another whatever, But just the fact that we, as a kid, I've had so much pressure put on me, and expected to act in a certain order or way, and get the results that they just know I'm supposed to have. It's like everybody else is, even though when no one, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, maybe the peers, but most of those peers were still doing pretty solid. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was still trying to, so it's like a struggle to see that I'm looking for this to be an experience, and it's not. It's education. It's timely manners. It's making sure you did everything you were supposed to do the way that I wanted you to do it, because it's like damn near developing autism to me. It looks like, dude. It's like they're trying to develop psychological issues within you. It's like that's just the mode. It's just the way school is. But Yeah, school's an experience. I mean, school's an education. School is it's not an experience. It's not for you to really get anything out of life, feel good about it, and actually like on a consistent basis makes you want to come and learn. But it's weird that they like that's the whole thing that they want you to be there every single day and want to learn, even if it's for 4 hours. Most kids don't want to pay attention for 20 minutes. Like, if you can get them to sit down for 2 minutes. So for you to think that it's possible that these kids aren't developing every single, I mean, think of what, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Oh, this kid's got ADHD. This kid's got autism. This kid, where is it developing? Okay, it's not all from birth. It can't all be from birth. There's no way. That's how I'm seeing it, is this world is forming us into these neurotic, like, to where we can't do we want, but and people tell us what we don't. It's like, dude, I know this is not what I'm supposed to be doing. I know this isn't it. Why is this being pushed upon me like this without any other alternatives other than this is what you're supposed to do because I did it and they did it and they did it? I've heard enough, and it's like these people did not go to college to have you them tell you, hey, you suck. You don't know what you're doing. Your parenting sucks. Your kids suck. Your family sucks. We gonna tell you what to do and how to live and where to be and how to. And guess what? Fight us on it. We dare you. Try it. Try us. Ooh, tell me this thing is not on Bluetooth or something. Let me. Well, I don't want to touch it. See, this is the issue. I think it's on though. I'm gonna go out on a limb. Have no idea, but I'm gonna say it's on. I guess it wouldn't. Just let me see. I gotta see the mic. Okay, I think it was on. I think it was always on. I think I was on, like, so yeah, man, just being forced to do and having all these things puts you in a space that develops. It seems like if it's not full blown, it's like, especially if you've already had something like some ADHD or some narcissistic tendencies and things like that. You think that things like school and other stuff is gonna help it? You know, you not being able to live the life you know you want to live because this institution tells you otherwise for years to come, and then you expect to be happy or cool with the things that you have to deal with outside of that. Like, you're not going to be because it's not who you are. It wasn't you before. You were still trying to figure out who you were before your parents got to you. Think about that first for yourself as a parent. Before your parents even got, like, I mean, before the school even got to you, your parents got to you. Tried to structure and form you into certain things, make you be certain things, and be, you know what I'm saying? It's like, and now school, and then you gotta go to. If you were molded well enough, and if you were into what the curriculum and things that they made you do, well, then you well on your way to make it to college. That's the easy work. Gonna be that, you know. Ooh. Gonna be it, you know. Which again, there's nothing really wrong with it. Everybody's path. There's nothing wrong with it. That's what you want to do. If you try to go to college, try to go do something with school or something like that, and that's just you. That's you, and be that. But there's unfortunately a lot of other people, and mainly most children, I would say, but a lot of other people that's not for them. That's not what they want. We have definitely turned something that is supposed to be a wonderful experience for these young blossoming minds. Yes, I'm not a professional. Yeah, I don't, you know, cool. But I know for a fact that I know what I see. And I see that these people have no want to look at life how I see it. and can't figure out why this place is going to ass. Like, I don't like. But I know that certain people want it, you know. I get that, but the people that don't want it and don't know about it, that have to deal with the kids that go, but they're doing things, but they're not teaching me the way I want to be taught. They're doing a lot of things, you know, and they're not doing a lot of things. And the school sucks and the system sucks, but people still follow along with it because this is what we doing right now. And it's not an experience anymore for these kids. It's just a job. It's a drudge. It's filth to drudge through, you know. It's not worth it, but it seems worth it. It's the weirdest thing. Like I said that before. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Well, aren't you happy that we polished it? I mean, it smells. It's a little stinky, you know, whatever. But that heap and pile, dude, we took that thing and we shined the shit out. We shined the hell out of this thing for you, and even put it in a nice little ball form for you. It ain't even like a mass of. It's nice. It don't even smell that bad. It actually smells kind of sweet. Smell it. Still came out of somebody's bowl, bro. Like, come on, man. Come on. And so, you know, this is where we're at. And it's unfortunate that, I mean, it's cool. People are finally checking it, you know. But it just sucks because, you know, there's only one way to really, like, make a change in this world, it seems. And it's not necessarily always going to be fun, cool, or, you know, kind of like, you know what I'm saying, an influencer trying to give you the Big Brother speech, you know what I'm saying? It's like a mainstream influencer trying to give you the Big Brother is you know what I'm saying, 1980s, whatever it was, you know, and they trying to tell you how, like, imagine them trying to, like, tell you what a dystopic world looks like in their eyes. That's what it feels like when it comes to the systems. It's like, but I see what's out there, though. It don't look like what you're saying. Yeah, man. Education is supposed to be an experience for children, for people in general. You're supposed to be able to go out and enjoy, and if not enjoy, be excited or intrigued or even saddened or burdened, but it's at some point lifted and you learn, and there's something about it that gets you sparked up and thinking on something else. And if your children aren't coming home like that, if they're not exhausted because they has, you know, their face hurts from smiling and enjoying themselves, or their forehead is just so wrinkled and tired because they were focused on how to do that one thing, that one game, or whatever, you know, fun, you know, creative thing you came up with to do. I'd rather hear that kids are more tired and frustrated because they're doing too well in school or something, or, you know, they got new things that they're so frustrated because they don't even know how many things they couldn't pick all the cool stuff to do that day. You know what I'm saying? That was just so frustrating for them, and it was just, ugh. They had the jungle gym, and, you know, they had the freaking slides, and you know, and the freaking spinning, and I only got to get on like 2 of them, and man, you know what I'm saying? But the education system doesn't. It's only small pieces, and they think that the play is the part that doesn't teach the children. They think that that's the leisure part of life. And I think, if anything, the leisure part of life should be education. You should have a fun time teaching yourself. You should have fun learning stuff. And then expelling all of that energy out that you had to sit for so long, 2-3 hours. That's a long time. Nobody wants to sit unless it's truly that fun to do. Unless you're playing a game or something like that where you're just getting your mind off whatever. Nobody wants to sit for that long. Why would you expect a kid to want to, man? Like, you cannot, like I said, man, you can't tell me it's not developing some type of something, mental disorder of some kind, that they have to not be themselves for 8 hours a day, 6 hours a day, whatever the case, for 12 years plus straight, like, or whatever, you know what I'm saying, for college and school and whatever. I don't know the years, and I really don't give a shit, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, whatever the time. you Not to mention the your peers, I mean the amount of homework, the stress of just going alone. I mean, there's so many things, you gotta keep up with styles, and I don't think people realize that. I think, kids have more of an issue, of how to live life and what to do. I think they're more stressed out than adults are, because at least as an adult, you don't have to really care. You can just do whatever you want. And let's say somebody does have a problem with it, fuck them, who cares? You're an adult, and you know that. These people are just going to have to figure that out for themselves. Unfortunately, most children aren't like that. That's why we have so many issues in school, because most kids ain't like that. They're not going to think that way because they're not adults. They're not going to, and most adults can't even say that they don't even give away with it, because it's not even true. They're terrified of what people think in their opinion. So imagine being a new person on this planet. It like they don't give these little beings some grace, man. It's weird. So I think if people started looking at education as being more of what it really is, in an experience, and not a curriculum or whatever have you, they might take it on as there's multiple experience to have, not there's multiple curriculums. You see the difference? Not a curriculum that my child needs to learn. Beep boop, beep boop, beep. An experience that my child is having. And what is that experience? Is it good, bad, whatever that means? But is it worth it for them? Is it necessary? Do they like it or not? Good or bad, how is the experience to them, towards them, for them? More so, than the curriculum they must follow. There needs to be new stencils, new templates, new whatever you want to call it in place, because it's ridiculous that you think that just because some dude said, hey, I got an idea, hey, you never been to school, hey, but that's, hey, but I know something, I got this, okay, listen, we're going to make this thing, it's called fucking college, and most people got to go, and also we're going to do school, for the little ones, because, they need to start to know that they need to go to this so that they can do this job that I just made up too. Get to it. Now figure out how to make this happen to where they know that this is the line of events they need to take. Please don't deviate from this. And it's like, but there's so many. Shut up. You didn't go to, shut up. What education or what background do you have on doing this? Like, how do you know that this is, what studies do you have to say that this thing called college and school and getting a degree and education and doing all this stuff is like, who said? Who voted? Who agreed to this? To say that this is what we need to do as humans. This is the way that we need to learn. It must be the way. Who said? Because how did it start? Some person just said, you know what we can do? Get these people in line. Get these people in order. That's what we can do. It's like, come on, man. You can't tell me that this is not the reason, one of the biggest reasons on why we have such a hard time keeping everybody in line. Nobody wants to go to school, but we do need people to have some type of structure and discipline. But the way that we try to structure and discipline them, look at the results. Not as, what I'm saying, little kids would rather go rap and get signed at 9 years old now. 9 years old nowadays, apparently, than see themselves being an educator Everyone's an educator. I could even make a different video on that too. It's like everyone educates. Everyone teaches, shows, demonstrates. Everyone does this no matter what you want to say. It happens. You are a teacher. What are you teaching people? What experience are you giving individuals? And is it worth it? Is it what they want? Is it necessary? Is it conducive, conclusive? Is it for them? Realize that it's an experience. Education is an experience. I can't stress it enough because people don't see it that way. And they don't care what experience this kid has when they have to go get educated. They don't really care what they have to deal with on a daily basis. Like I said, man, a 9-year-old can sign onto a label, but can't get parents around them or any adult around them to tell them, hey, you know what I'm saying? Teach them something because they're teachers. He's teaching kids now because he had no teachers, and now he had to just become a teacher. He had no choice because nobody taught him. So he brought it upon himself as a 9-year-old child to go write raps, to go put himself out on the line and do whatever he had to do, go sign to a label, and go end up like the sea of individuals that we see today that are just trying to get the bag, clout, trying to show themselves off, trying to be somebody, trying to do whatever they can to absolutely ruin themselves. But you can't say much about it because, I mean, what are they gonna do? To go be another part of the system in another way and through school? Think that's better? But they're in debt by how many thousands of dollars? Like. And it's sad to say, the least little kid getting money. It's sad. At least he's smart enough to not be put in debt, even though his life is in debt. It's like what? There's, you know what I'm saying? But either way, it's like Yeah, I'm not gonna stay here on this one too much longer. It's long enough. It's just realize it's an experience. Like I said, I can't stress it enough. It's an experience. What kind are you giving?